Oh, starting to get lonely. Starting to feel those ravages of isolation. Just want to hang out with a friend, you know, and get really drunk.
Okay, my friends, the...
No, not that one. He's already drunk. I can't be playing catch up with him.
Bomb-ravaged remains of a Colossus Neptune. This guy right here.
And he's always touching the screen and talking gibberish. Oh, please, anyone but him.
Each religion has its own answers about how things work on the spiritual level.
Wait, I take it back. Roger is fine. Please get spirit science away from me. Please.
Now let's go take a closer look.
Yes, let's. I'm sorry I didn't appreciate you.
Okay, this is that statue, Del Gigante. Now, if you can see the leg here, you can see clearly this is tendon.
Wait. No, he's not gonna claim this as an actual person, is he? Or I guess a giant person. I mean, the guy thinks that mountain ranges are 1,000-mile-long dragons, so...
Now, there's a little cavity here. And you say, oh, look at that cavity there. No, the cavity is from what they call the areolar tissue that's underneath. I've shown in my other videos about how the body is actually constructed.
Oh my god. Also, do you mean you have shown how a body is constructed, or you have shown how that body is constructed? Because those are very different things. I mean, if you're going to point at things and say, that's not just a hole, but actually a wound, I would think you would know what's underneath with scans and samples and all kinds of shits. Who am I kidding? You see something that kinda looks like something else and think, that must be what it is. Clouds must be so damn confusing for you. Ah! It's Godzilla! Oh wait, no, it's just a cloud. Now it's a bunny! Run!
This is the red, bloody muscle layer here. Oh, there and here.
Yeah, kinda sorty reddy brown on a rock. Must be blood. Makes sense. I mean, look at all the blood around the guy. And in those hills up there. Oh my god, what happened? Unless it's the hills bleeding. Yes, that's the only explanation for reddy brown rocks.
The hills are alive with the sound of blood.
And now we're going to look at his face and we're going to look at his arm.
What arm? It's gone, dude. I'm assuming it was torn off in an epic battle between mountain and giant, hence all the blood. Pretty brutal, man. Although, you think there would be blood on the stump. Strangely absent, that.
See if we can find any anatomy.
Oh, this ought to be good.
I mean, you don't have to be any special medical person to see that.
Special medical person. If only there was a word for that. Special medical person. Special medical person. Give me the news. I got a bad case of stupid.
I mean, it's just so obvious.
It is obvious that someone making a statue of a person would make it look like a person with arms. Well, arm and legs. No, what am I talking about? Why would they do that? No way easier to just what? Hunt down a giant and cover him in cement like an ancient version of House of Wax?
And this, your tendons are a white, strappy, fibrous, strong, but still flexible.
Just like stone. No, wait.
And that's what it was. And then, of course, you have your red muscle that does the pulling and causes everything to move around. And it's what it is.
I don't see it, man. Just pointing at something and saying it's what it is no gusta. But I gotta say, I love your descriptions of muscles.
Red muscle that does the pulling and causes everything to move around.
Makes you sound like a real
special medical person. We have to start paying attention to this.
Like how you paid attention in school? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. That is to say, not paying attention at all.
And this was all written about, that this was not an unusual event. I know, it sounds insane, but wait till you hear this.
You going to say something insane? I scarcely believe it. Oh, you paragon of mental stability and doing all the smarts.
Okay, you saw his leg, and obviously, and I'll show you the legs, or I have shown you one or the other.
Is that a threat? You'll show me legs? terrifying. Although you did say you did or you will, so it's like you don't even know, which is not exactly surprising, Drunky McGee. I'm just hoping that it's mostly just terrible editing on your part and the fact that you clearly script none of this. Wouldn't want you to have to sober up and come to the terrible realization of what you've been doing on YouTube all this time. Very embarrassing.
This, you see that right there? Feel under your own arm. And you're going to feel the bone is right there in reference to where your shoulder comes up. That's the bone.
I mean, yeah, in my real arm that's actually an arm and is real, I'm absolutely going to feel bones. But Rogie, baby, there aren't any bones on that arm. Look. Sick computer. Zoom and enhance. See? It's just a rock.
And this is the muscles that surround the bone of your, it's the shoulder muscles.
Or, you know, a stain or mould or the natural colorization of the rock or any other non-insane explanation for that. Why don't we just go with one of them instead of immediately jumping to, this is an actual gigantic man? Although then again, where is the fun in that?
Now, this, they point, oh, look at this, it was all built with iron. Well, this is obviously iron.
Oh, so you're done. Can I go home? Wait, I already am home. I'm not allowed to leave, and that can only mean one thing. Oh God, no, he's not done.
And it is obviously a patch. You see the different color? You see it's all different here, different here, different here. That is a patch. These are patches.
Well, I have no idea if that's true, but it sounds legit, as we all know rocks are all perfectly uniform in colour. Ignore that. That's just filthy hill propaganda.
Now, I've always said when you see this red color, you know that you got blood.
And repeating the same thing over and over and over makes it more and more and more and more and more true. That's just science for you. It's all about repeating yourself. Evolution of the species was just Charles Darwin repeating, evolution is real, over and over again, and in no way goes into the reasoning or evidence for the claim. Just like you do.
Well, iron is blood. That's, where it's come from. Now,
iron is blood? What? I mean, yeah, it's got iron in it. A lot of iron, actually, but it is? And where it comes from? I hope you're just misspeaking and don't think that iron is literally obtained from blood, although you do think that planets are covered in flesh, so I honestly wouldn't put it past you.
If they used it in a statue, yes, it might bleed through. And I did see Praveen Mohan, I think is his last name, Indian guy, and he goes around and he points out all these things. He was pointing out the Nagas, and they had spots on them that where you would expect blood to issue from.
So this Praveen Mohan, a name I'm sure that both you and I aren't completely and utterly butchering, found some spots that
you would expect blood to issue from.
And I think I have myself a pretty sound refutation of that particular one. It's a statue! I would not expect drop one of blood to issue forth from it, because the phrase trying to get blood out of a stone doesn't mean occasionally it will bleed. It means stones don't bleed, so it's flipping futile.
It might have been iron. So I might have been wrong about
every little thing you've said on this channel. Well, I'm proud of you, Roger. It takes a big man to admit they have been wasting their life. So hats off to you. I couldn't do it, because what I do week in, week out is so deep and meaningful and totally worth it all the time, and isn't like, well, trying to get blood from a stone, trying to get people with mad ideas to see where they might be going wrong. But like I said, that's not how it is. So yeah, I'm definitely happy with how my life is going.
about the things that he was pointing out.
Damn it, he backtracked. But seriously, mate, if you are willing to admit you might have misinterpreted one thing, do you think that maybe there's a chance that you might have possibly made a couple of other ever so slight errors, perhaps? Like, say, the last 3 years of your life or so?
And I think I mentioned it in that same video. Even if I put the video up, I don't even know if I put it up.
And the mumbling begins. Can you even fathom that this guy has 83,000 subscribers? No, I'm not bitter.
but this is clearly biological.
Clearly, apart from the, everything ever that says it clearly isn't. I mean, my man, back to the fact that I'm definitely not bitter and confused about it all and doesn't make me scream into the void on a daily basis. You must have someone on your crack squad of fans who would be willing and able to pop up by the statue and get you a couple of scrapings of that blood, eh? Then you could do some, science on it and stuff.
Okay, my friends.
Oh, come on, man. See, you can clearly edit. Why didn't you do more of that? I know you're nuts, but you could at least put some effort in.
My statement is that all the things that were written of in the past have to be re-examined for their truth, or they're not true.
I like that. These old documents need to be examined for their truth. Or they're not true. See, I don't buy into crazy crap automatically. Me am the critical thinking.
But dragons and giants and, gods and all these battles and things.
Well, here's a simple clue as to whether those things happened in the past. Do they, or at least could they, happen now? What is the likelihood of you stepping outside your house and seeing a 1,000-kilometre-long lizard boy, as you have claimed is a thing yourself, or a dragon-god battle, or anything even resembling that outside of a film or video game? I'm going to guess it's 0, so they can't/don't happen now. Then they probably didn't happen then either. There we go.
And these were the people that wrote about them. This is what I need you to read. The author is Ovid, Hesiod, and Plato. Well, what did Ovid write about? He wrote about the things that were so extraordinary, nobody would ever... I forgot to put Herodotus down here.
No, Roger. Finish that thought. He wrote things that people wouldn't, I'm gonna guess you were gonna say, believe. Now, do you think that's because they just happened out of the corner of everybody's eyes? Or that maybe he was making stuff up? Probably for the sake of a good story. Man, what a world we would live in today if all of the old world authors put, "This is a work of fiction," in bold, underlined a few times on all of their writing. Sure would save me a lot of time.
Herodotus is another very important guy. Herodotus is as important as any of them. Anyway.
Yeah, sure he was. What we got here is poets and philosophers, those bastions of factual claims. Great grouping for you then. Although Herodotus is famed for making crap up, especially about Egypt, so I guess he's kind of perfect for you, isn't he?
Ovid, metamorphosis is how they transform people into statues. And I'm going to show you they did. I just showed you the guy is transferred into a statue.
You showed? I don't think show means what you think it does. You pointed at red and said that's blood. Therefore, not statue. That's just not how that works, mate.
And I'm going to show you what he wrote about it. It's thousands of years ago.
Thousands of years ago? How relevant.
Hesiod, same thing. He wrote about the creation, how God created the sphere and made the earth.
You know what? You've always got to give props to old Roger Wodgy. I'm 99% certain that he's not a flat earther, so he's still way smarter than most of these conspiracy theorists.
Plato has Timaeus, I can't remember how to spell that, to be honest with you, but it's something like that. And that's about Atlantis and about all the early advanced cultures that were here that we just laugh at. Those are the people, the long-headed people and stuff. Now,
wait, long-headed people? You don't mean...
Long.
I knew he was real.
This is Metamorphosis. This is by Ovid. And I'm going to go here to Phineas's Turn to Stone. All right, because Perseus was the guy that cut off Medusa's head. Now, listen to this. This is so cool.
Listen to this. This is so cool. And I think that just about sums you up, doesn't it? Look, Roger Odger Ding Dong. It's fine to have fun with old myths and legends. It's fine to read those stories and think that they're pretty cool. But when you start telling people that no, not only are these stories interesting, they are fact. And here's my proof, which is just you pointing at things and saying proof. That's just not good enough, mate. Get some actual proof, get some samples, get yourself into the field and really do some legwork. Maybe then you'll start to understand why people laugh at these ideas. But whatever you do, I'm sure I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Guys, don't forget to panic buy sick brand merch. What if you need to let people know that you were handsome, famous and good at the sex in a variety of tasteful colours? Buy as many as you can afford now before this thing that's printed to order runs out. Also, you can use it as toilet paper if needs be. You never know when you're going to need to wipe your arse.